Hello guys. Um Tonight we're going to be making a 2016 alternate history. Our first one. It's going to be if um Senator Bernie Sanders from the state of Vermont won the Democratic nomination and pulled off the miracle and faced against Donald Trump. Um if you haven't checked out the recording of my live stream that I covered the Alabama Senate election. Unfortunately, I had to go a bit before, a few minutes, ironically, before they projected Doug Jones the winner. Yay. Um, but and also unfortunately, it got split into three different sections. But go check that out. Go check out it's the hour and a half one. Go check that one out. Or you can check out the last one, which was when Doug Jones made the comeback. But but so go check that out. But so now we'll get into this map. This is the Fox News map, if you haven't noticed. Um, so that's why it does look different. It is Fox News, America's Election HQ, as you can tell. These names might seem familiar. These two. But let's get on with the map. So it also is different than 270 to win. So all the West Coast is safe. His home state Vermont is safe. We'll give him. Oops, that is Nebraska. My bad. We'll just leave that there. We'll give him more. So it's as of now, it's actually just one, three, districts, three votes in Maine. He would win Massachusetts, Kentucky, all of these states, no doubt. He'd win these states. DC as well. Hawaii, Mexico. What else? Illinois. I would consider Minnesota safe, in my opinion. So Bernie Sanders starts off with 200 electoral votes. And then we fill in the solid red states for Donald Trump. I don't think any of the I don't think any of the districts would be in Nebraska be toss up. They would all go solidly for Trump. But yeah, these safe Republican states that I always fill in safe. So these are the toss ups as of now. Let me just put that in. Put him in with the battleground paint. So of course the Rust Belt, which of course, in real life Donald Trump won against Hillary Clinton. He won. Okay, so against Hillary Clinton, he won Arizona, he won Colorado, he won Florida, he won North Carolina, he won all of the Rust Belt that are toss up. He won that one district in Maine. So yeah. So Bernie Sanders, of course, would have an advantage with the youth vote, as that was where he also got a lot of his vote. Arizona, I doubt the Sanders campaign would put any effort into it, so I don't see that going red this year, at least. Same thing with Georgia. I think he would campaign there to try and get the African American vote, but I don't think he would get it. Well, he would get African American vote, but I don't think he would get the votes he needs to get the victory in Georgia. He would win Colorado pretty easily, along with Nevada. He also, of course, as you saw in the primaries, he almost pulled off the miracle against Hillary Clinton. He pulled off a lot of votes. He brought the vote out, so he'll win these Nevada and Colorado pretty handily. Iowa, as you saw, was really very rural. I can't speak today. Very rural in this election. If you look up the 2016 Iowa results, not the House elections, Iowa, not the football schedule. We're not talking about football right now. Election results. Not. Oh my god. Bear with me, I'm sorry. It's just that stuff is happening. So 2016. So look, Donald Trump won it by what, 9.6 points. So there'll be more counties that are blue. But I think Trump would win that. As you saw, in 2016, if we go to the map, for North Carolina in 2016, as we know in real life, he won, the state of North Carolina, the 15 electoral votes. So in the meantime, while that loads, New Hampshire would go, I think, blue because, his home state is a neighboring state, and he does pretty good he would do good up here in the New England area, along with many progressives here. So yeah, but here's the thing that will affect them with progressivism. I think in North Carolina they won't be too keen with how progressive he is on a lot of his policy. So if you see, President Trump won that by 3.6 points, even though the polls showed that it was closer. Him being a progressive, that won't help. I at least think that being a progressive in North Carolina won't. And of course it's just bear with it. I think North Carolina would go red because him being a progressive in this case would hurt him more than it would help him. See, as you see, not even Clinton could win the state. I do think Bernie would barely hold on to the one congressional district in Maine, just because how he'd appeal to. It is more rural. He is a progressive. So thinking about it, this could go both ways. But just for the sake of right now, I think he would hold this, just because it is more rural. But I think he does appeal to the New England voters. Virginia, I'll leave for now. Ohio, if we look at Ohio in 2016, as we know in real life, Ohio went to Donald Trump by it was like 9 points or something like that. 8 points. About 8 points. So another thing, as we said, he would get the vote out. He wouldn't do as bad as Clinton did up here, but you just see all this red over here in more rural areas in central Ohio. It's just too much to overcome. As Clinton saw, it was too much to overcome. But he might do better in the state. But I think in that election, it was too rural. And Trump also got the vote out, because if you see, in 2012, Obama won it by the same margin. About the same margin. But it's harder for him because he had to get in less populated places. So I think it would be closer, maybe 3 points, something like that, within the margin of error maybe, or just outside of it. But I think it will still hold for him, or in this case flip. Now if we go to and that's a big thing, because as you know, no Republican has won the White House without Ohio. But here's a thing about Trump. Since Sanders would get the vote out, he would appeal, and would also appeal to many young voters. People in Pennsylvania, of course 20 electoral votes, he would get the vote out for the youth. He would which means he would also get those African Americans that didn't vote in 2016 ultimately in real life. If we look, Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure he only won by 0.3%. No, he won actually by about what is that? 7.7 points. But basically, Bernie Sanders just has to do something just has to do something more better in the state. As you see, he lost the primary. Um, he did lose the he lost the primary. But if you see, he did appeal to the rural voters in central central Pennsylvania. So he would appeal to those rural voters. He would appeal to um a lot of people here, and I think that goes blue. Um, Another thing in Virginia. Actually, let's go to Michigan instead. Um, I think Michigan. Also, if you see, Clinton barely lost that state. Of course, 16 votes, 16 electoral votes. She lost that by what? 0.2%. If you see, all of this red, solid red, up here, down here, everywhere, solid red. And if you see how many counties, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She only won 8 counties, and it was still very, very close. So I think Bernie Sanders, of course, as I said, he would get the vote out. He would be an energetic candidate, as we saw in the primaries in 2016. So I think that stays blue, just on the basis that he just has to do a bit better where the vote is. Like some of these link counties. So if we look at 2012, there's a bit more blue. He just has to do something like this. Doesn't even have to be like this. He could win a lot of these counties and still win. So he has a big room for error in Michigan, and he could still easily win that. Now, okay, we'll leave Florida for last. Next is Wisconsin. Wisconsin was 10 electoral votes. It was the first Rust Belt state that got called for Donald Trump. As you know, the House Majority Leader is Paul Ryan from that state. Also, if you see a lot in the Northeast, a lot of solid red. But down here, if we look at 2012, where the running mate Paul Ryan, which I just spoke about, was from there, you don't see a lot of solid red. But you do see a more blue. He won. Barack Obama won the state by 220,000 votes. So Bernie Sanders just has to do a bit better. And as I've said over and over in this video, he gets the vote out, so he'll probably win this state, just on the basis that he has to do better just somewhere. Just in one little place, he could raise the votes a bit, get the margins lower, and he wins the state. So now Virginia and Florida. I could see both sides to Florida and Virginia. They could both go blue and red, or they could both go blue. They can both go red, or one or the other. But I think him being a progressive would actually help him in Virginia up here in the suburbs. As you know, the highly growing Fairfax suburbs, DC suburbs, however you want to call it. Up here, these 3 counties, or 3, like Prince William County, Fairfax County, those counties. If you notice, she won it by what? 5 points, 5.2 points, and if you see, she got a lot. She didn't get solid counties in a lot of these districts. So, and I think a lot of people say that if Tim Kaine wasn't her running mate, she would have lost Virginia. I don't buy it, because the margin is just too big to say that she would have lost just because of that. I don't think it's true, because let's just say he is from where was it, I forget where he was from. What he was he was the mayor of some county, I forget. But I don't think he would get he would lose a big chunk of votes just because of that. And I think he would do good up here in the suburbs. As I said, he would dominate the youth vote, which would also increase his vote totals. So, as you can tell, this goes blue. He's elected president, and he has 279. And I also think that Florida goes blue because, as I said, and if Trump would want to beat senators, he would need to know that he would get the vote out. He would encourage young people to vote at such a young age. He would, despite being a progressive, he would how do I say it? He would still appeal to many voters just because of his energy, his, I don't know how to say it, but it's just something in there that would convince voters that he's the right person. And as you see, I feel like Bernie Sanders would attack him more on allegations he had. So yeah, this is the final map. Bernie Sanders is elected president with 308 electoral votes. The president, well, in real life, President Trump's, but in this case, Donald Trump's 230 electoral votes. As I said, please subscribe to this channel so that I can continue making these alternate histories. As I said, now we're doing alternate histories, so please recommend in the comments below. Please subscribe and go check out the live stream I made of that was covering Alabama. As we know, I'd just like to give you a sneak peek on the not sneak peek. A lot of you guys probably already know the outcome. Doug Jones won by, I think it was 1.5% he won it by. I was just on a page on the New York Times. Yeah, as you see, he won the election. Yeah, he won the election. He's gonna be the new senator. And so yeah. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.